I'm fully convinced that at the end of watching this video, you'll have a pretty good idea of how you can make your first 10K profit per month this year online. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know on how to get there and exactly what steps you need to take. Now, why am I even making this video? Don't I have better things to do? Well, I've been doing online business for 4 years now, and in the beginning for me too, it was a massive struggle. I had no idea what I was doing. I was wasting all my money on the wrong strategies, hopping from one thing to the next. It was a total mess. But then I found one YouTube video that changed everything for me. I actually got my breakthrough from a free YouTube video, and if I can help just 3 people, just 3 viewers of you watching right now experience the same thing, then my job is done. I want you to break free from your current way of life because I know you have more in you. That's the reason why you clicked on this video, to finally make some change for the better and to just finally escape the lack of freedom and the blandness that you're currently experiencing in normal life. To give you some context, 4 years ago I was completely broke, stuck in life with no aim. I had no money, I hated school, I hated working jobs, and I had no idea of what I was gonna do in life. Until I found business, and more specifically dropshipping. The reason I even found dropshipping is because at that time in my life I was scrolling on YouTube 10 hours per day watching videos exactly like this one on how to change your life. I was watching the same thing that you are watching right now, just some young guys screaming about why dropshipping is the best way to make money online as a beginner. I watched that video with extreme skepticism, but at the end of it I was fully convinced that dropshipping was going to be my escape ticket from a shitty life. Fast forward 2 years, I was able to buy my 2 dream cars, the Lambo and the Tesla. I live in a nice villa in Portugal. I do whatever I want every single day, but more importantly, I help out my mom who really needed it. Now, after watching this video, you won't know how to scale an online business to hundreds of thousands of dollars in profit per month. That's not what I'm promising. But if you put down your phone, take some notes and listen very carefully. After watching this, I'm fully convinced that you'll know exactly where to start making your first $10,000 of profit each month. The reason I'm so confident in saying this is because over the past 4 years, I've developed a working system. This working system has helped me generate more than $10 million in online sales. Now, this system I'm preaching is so good and relatively easy to replicate that it hasn't only helped me to generate money, but also countless of others as well. For example, look at my client Pavel, who did 44K and he just started dropshipping 3 months ago. Or another client, Vova, who is now making $1,000 profit per day, and he's still combining this with his 9-to-5 job. And this is not to sell my mentorship at all. This is not what this video is about. I'm just showing you this so you have actual proof that the system I'm about to explain works not only for me but for others as well right now. I'm not just some fake guru trying to waste your time here. Now, before I go into the details of the business model that I'm talking about, we need to identify what makes a good business model in 2024. It should obviously be completely beginner friendly, meaning a low cost to enter. It should also be something that you can succeed with while just working 3 hours per day, because most beginners, they cannot just work 14 hours per day. They have a job or school. And another major criteria, even more important than the previous ones, is that it should be worth doing it. Meaning, with the skills that you learn from dropshipping, you're not just gonna make a bunch of profit, but you're also gonna be able to transfer them later on and build a brand and sell that brand for a massive paycheck. That is also what I'm doing right now personally with my own dropshipping profits. I just started the brand. We're already looking at a projected revenue of more than $6 million this year, which of course has a juicy exit value, and this is just the first year of the brand. So what exactly is dropshipping and how can you make your first 10K in profit as soon as possible? Let me explain. Dropshipping is where you find a product, you market that product on your website, and when someone buys that product from you, you use the customer's money to pay your supplier in China, who then ships the product straight to your customer. So essentially, it is just the smartest and the lowest risk way of doing e-commerce, because you only pay for the product after you've received it from the customer itself, so there's absolutely no risk involved. And let me break down the exact steps that you need to follow to set up a successful dropshipping business right now. So step number 1 is to find a good product to sell. This is for most people the hardest part because people like to overthink. Instead of finding the perfect product, the perfect magic product that is gonna make you a billionaire, just look at the data. What do I mean with this? There are countless of spy tools that you can just pay $30 for, giving you access to a full library of advertisements of your competitors. Now, if you see an advertisement that works really well, meaning it has a lot of likes and it is increasing in likes daily, you know that the competitor is selling it successfully, so you can just copy the same product and sell it as well. The market is big enough for 2 players, even 100 players. You want something that can make you money. You're not trying to build the next Tesla or Apple. Make money first, identify a trend, and then with that money you can do bigger things later on. Again, these spy tools work like magic. I'll leave one below. My favorite is Minia. It's just the easiest way of doing product research. Now, one massive criteria is that your product should always solve a pain point. And the bigger the pain point the product solves, the easier it's going to sell. That is why my favorite niche in dropshipping is the health niche. But you can sell in any other niche too. The health niche just has the strongest pain points, so the products will just fly off the shelves. Step number 2 is building out your website. This is the easiest part. A Shopify website takes 30 minutes to set up. There are countless of YouTube videos on how to do that. It costs you, I think, $1 for the first 3 months if you use the link below, and it is more than good enough to make your first 10K in profit. Again, just look at your competitor's store. If they are selling something successfully, just model what they are doing, and that's fine. Step number 3 is marketing. You might have heard of something called TikTok Organic, which is a free way to market your product. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest, this is not the way to make money in 2024 with dropshipping. TikTok Organic is just popular because it is a free way of making money online. But that free way of making money online is actually much harder than it seems. You'll need to spend hundreds of hours trying to create just one viral video, and even if that video goes viral, you'll just have to repeat the process all for a couple $1,000s. Believe me when I say that this is not the easiest way, the most efficient way to make money with dropshipping in 2024. You need to run ads, and the best way of running ads in 2024 for your dropshipping store is still Facebook ads. The reason Facebook ads is still the best way to make your first 10K profit online is because of 2 reasons. First, the platform has 2.9 billion users, meaning there is no ceiling to scale. Second, it is full of older people who aren't aware yet of the latest trends and technology. This means that you can get away with a relatively ugly website and a relatively ugly ad and make 1 to 5 to 10 to even 20K per day in sales on Facebook ads. Sadly, you do need a starting budget because running ads costs money, obviously. But with a good ad strategy, if I'm 100% being honest, you only need about $500 to $1,000 of advertising budget. Learning Facebook ads in 2024 is also just extremely easy to do. I also have a couple videos on my YouTube channel you can just check out for free, full Facebook ads tutorials. So that's definitely not a big challenge. Step 4 is fulfillment, because once you've made your first sale, it is now obviously time to ship out that product to your customer. The easiest way to do that is by using a private supplier in China. You pay the supplier only after you've received the money of your customer, and they will then make sure they can find a cheap version of this product and ship it out to your customer. There are thousands and thousands of private suppliers in China that do exactly that, but if you want my private supplier, I'll share him at the end of the video so you don't have to look for one yourself. Now, the crazy part about fulfillment in dropshipping is that you can just scale as high as you want, because there is literally no stock to worry about. You do not need to purchase tens of thousands of dollars of goods before you can actually sell the product. No. If you test a product and you see that the ad metrics are good, you just bump up the budget and that's it. This literally allows beginners to go from 0 to 10K per day in sales in just a couple days. Now, will this happen to you? Most likely not, but it can happen. And it is a major advantage of this business model. Now, this is the full strategy. It is not easy, but it is simple. The hardest thing about this whole opportunity is getting started. Setting up your LLC, your LTD, or just creating your Shopify store. That's the $1 million action. Because as soon as you tell yourself you're gonna do it and you actually pull the trigger, that's when everything else starts flowing. Now, you will experience a ton of roadblocks, but usually they're relatively easy to solve. For example, when I got started, I was fulfilling my orders through AliExpress because I didn't know any better. And one day I was scaling my first winning product. All of a sudden I saw 100 customer service emails come into my inbox, angry customer service emails saying they didn't receive the product after 30 days of waiting. So I quickly sent the AliExpress supplier a message and I asked him what the hell is going on, and apparently I got scammed. We were paying him with faster shipping, but he was actually secretly keeping the profits and sending our packages with slower shipping, 60-day shipping from China. In hindsight, Obviously, you're not supposed to work with a supplier from AliExpress, but we had no idea what we were doing at the time. We just pulled the trigger and started building our business. Now, after this little hiccup, which actually almost bankrupted us, we just started going and going until we finally found a consistent system that is now generating money for us every single month. If I look back at this entire journey, dropshipping has done some crazy things for me. I literally come from a single mom household with 30 fucking cents in my bank account. No aim in life, no vision in life, no discipline, no motivation, to now owning a Lamborghini, a Tesla. I live in a villa in Portugal, and I can literally spend money on anything that I want, all from just doing the exact same steps that I just laid out for you. It's crazy. So as long as you are not comfortable with the situation that you're at right now, you just pull the trigger and follow the steps laid out. There is a very high chance you're gonna make it too. As long as you're not just some dopamine addict scrolling TikTok all day, or if you spend 20 hours per day watching YouTube, or if you're gaming the whole day, or smoking weed, or drinking, whatever it is, as long as you're not a dopamine crack addict, you have a high chance of making it because you watched through this entire video. Most people clicked off in the first 30 seconds. So because you made it this far, I do want to mention that I have a mentorship program. I'm not trying to sell it to everybody because my goal is to have a 100% success rate, and that is obviously not possible if I let in thousands of people. But because I know that you watched the video up until this point, which takes discipline and dedication, there is a high chance you might be a good fit for a next success story. Now, the biggest advantage of this mentorship is that you will have me by your side telling you exactly what to do, exactly where to spend your limited budget on, and just also mentally pushing you. I have a roadmap you just have to implement and copy paste. So if you're interested in starting your journey the right way without making mistakes, doing everything right from the beginning and hitting that 10K per month in profit within the first 3 months guaranteed, then I would like you to apply for my mentorship below. Now, even though you watched this video up until now, we do still carefully review your application. And if you look like a high potential for a massive success, then we will get back to you as soon as possible. Now, for the people who do not have a starting capital yet, please check out my free course below. It is my full A to Z funnel dropshipping strategy, which no one else is teaching right now. The only people who are teaching this have copy-pasted my strategies, my templates, everything. So if you want the original source of the best dropshipping strategy in 2024, then click the link below. It is my full free course. And as I said, if you want my supplier, my private supplier who I've been working with for the past 2 years, you can just send me a DM at Ecom on Instagram. I get back to all my IG DMs, so ask me any question you have.